Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for Friday, November the 8th, 2024. Hey, first of all, make sure to listen to Darko's latest upcoming podcast. It'll be out, I don't think it'll make it this week, but early next week, where he will continue to go through the 8 critical steps of his trading circle. In fact, I'm going to be referencing the trading circle in this video, and I can promise you that if you'll listen carefully and start applying this stuff, you can definitely turn your trading to the positive, I'm assuming it's not there already. Okay, so yeah, I hope you like this video, and if so, you know what I'm going to ask next, right? If you could be so kind as to give it a thumbs up, we'd greatly appreciate it. It helps other people find our videos easier when they're looking for information like this. Last week I posted a video on the dangers of over trading. However, there's an opposite danger, and that is not trading or trading very sporadically due to fear. So today, I'm going to talk about fear, which is one of the biggest hurdles that so many traders face. And most importantly, what you can do when you feel fear kind of creeping into your own trading. Okay? So fear is, we all have experienced it, obviously. It's a natural response that we have in certain situations. I'm sure you've all heard the expression fight or flight. Our instincts can be triggered to either fight or flee depending on the circumstances. But sometimes fear arises with no real objective threat. And this is where we start dealing with anxiety. Okay? We're dealing with a perceived danger. Okay? Not a real danger, a perceived threat. And in trading, it's really important to recognize the difference. Is the risk, aka the fear, that you sense, is it the risk that you're feeling, is it real or is it all in your head? Okay? So, as you may know, I'll just give an example here how this kind of might play out. We enter our trades on limit orders. These are orders that are placed ahead of time before price even gets there. Like, we know where we're going to buy, we know where we're going to sell. So let's say we're buying a particular currency pair. So since we buy dips in an uptrend, as you can imagine, it's necessary for price to drop. And that is when we want to start to look to buy. But if you're fearful because price is dropping and it can look quite, ugly, it's dropping, you might find your finger kind of hovering over the mouse, ready to buy. You just can't quite click it, and so you don't click the mouse, and you miss the trade. Okay? And by the way, it's possible that you could have lost money had you taken that trade, because instead of going up, the price just kept going down. Well, listen carefully. That is a mistake. That does not mean it was the right thing to do by not taking the trade. If the odds say take the trade, you have to take the trade. Win, lose, or draw. You cannot let fear dictate your trading decisions, okay? That is not a strategy. Because here's what can happen. And I'm sure maybe you've had this happen before. Next time, if you don't take the trade and it becomes a huge winner, then what? What do you do the time after that? Okay, and now you just don't know what to do. And this is why it is so important to understand that how we trade is totally an odds game, right? Usually the trades work out, but not always. And we just never know which ones are going to work and which ones not. All we know is that we have a greater probability of winning than losing. And if you don't trust the odds, and it does take time to develop that trust, by the way, then you're just not going to get the results. Now, sometimes fear can be real, and it points to an actual danger. If you're swimming out in the water and you see a shark's fin coming towards you, and the shark is snapping his jaws. Anyway, you better get out of the way, right? So fear is not all bad. But recognizing real fear versus fake fear that causes anxiety can help you make the right decisions without sidelining emotions completely. And this is just so important for trading. So let's say, I'll just give another example here. Say your account size has increased, and you're going to start increasing your lot size. This is naturally going to trigger some nerves for most traders. And then you have to say to yourself, what is making me nervous? Right? And that should help you realize that the trades themselves were good, solid setups. If you have an objective approach and you're trading an edge, then you have to realize that that's what's happening. That's why you need to take action on that trade. all you're doing is adjusting your lot size. Back to this example of trading an increase, your account is increased, so you're trading a greater lot size. You're adjusting your lot size based on your increased account size, while still maintaining the same percentage risk exposure to your account. And by answering a question about what is making you feel nervous, this little self-check mechanism will help you stick with the plan and trust your risk management. Okay. Now, fear is you got to think of fear this way. It's not a command. It's a warning. Okay. It's a sign that something doesn't feel right, and it can cause self-doubt, and it can prompt you to double-check your analysis. Maybe you get into an analysis paralysis problem there. Or if you're nervous about the trade, one thing you can do is say, do I really have an edge here? And this is where working with a mentor or being maybe in a chat room allows for some real-time feedback on your thoughts. But if you're trading all by yourself, one thing you could consider doing is speaking your thoughts. Speak them out loud. Use a checklist to validate your setup, right? And this is where Darko's Trading Circle, I kind of alluded to this, talked about this at the very beginning of this video. This is where the Trading Circle is such a huge help. A proper objective checklist like this can help you figure out whether you're simply letting fear creep in on a good setup, or if something else is genuinely not proper about the setup. Okay? And I'll say one more thing. Fear can also stem from the unknown, like trading a new strategy. So if you're new to our service, or to any other approach for that matter, it's normal to have some apprehensions. Or maybe you're starting to trade a new trading style, like longer term approach. Maybe you've been trading, shorter term, and it's just not working. You don't have enough time and it's just more suitable for you to trade longer term. So you could certainly feel some fear when it comes to holding trades longer, something that you're not used to doing. And something new like this could definitely make you feel anxious. But new experiences like this, or changes in your trading, are also, don't forget, the seeds of growth. And they can help you develop the confidence necessary to trust the process. Okay? I want to end this off by talking a bit more about confidence. Confidence doesn't necessarily mean a lack of fear. Confidence comes from knowing you can perform well despite uncertainty, right? So what I'm saying is use fear as a tool to help you improve, not as a barrier to improvement, okay? So what I would highly recommend that you do in order to cover off the fear factor is use a checklist during your trades. And in particular, Darko's Trading Circle checklist is a definite winner. And I posted a link to a video on the Trading Circle in the text below this video, or in the email that you received. And of course, Darko's trades that he points out in advance for our members are always based on the Trading Circle. Okay? And having this list of these 8 different items that he goes through will help you to confirm your reasoning for entering a trade, or maybe for staying in a trade. Just remember this. When we leave our comfort zone, that's when we can get anxious. This could be in anything. But in trading, whether you're trading a new approach or holding a trade longer than you're used to, these can all be a little bit nerve-wracking, right? But you will gain confidence the more you're able to push through these barriers, right? Confidence, it's not the absence of fear. It's the result of knowing that you can handle challenges and that you can adapt. I got this. This is a quote about confidence that I looked up. I thought it was a good one, and it says, "The moment you doubt whether you can fly, you cease forever to be able to do it." A guy named J.M. Barrie. And I had no idea who he was. I looked him up. He was a Scottish novelist and playwright. And what was really interesting, he's the creator of Peter Pan. So there you go. A little piece of trivia. See what you get with these Forex videos? A bit of Peter Pan trivia. Anyway, the bottom line is don't give up. Listen, I know this can be a tough business to get going with, but if you have the passion and the attitude for developing into a consistently profitable trader, geez, we would just be honored to work with you. So let's leave it at that. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. And please reach out to me if you have any questions. And also let us know in the comments if fear has been an issue for you and how you've been able to handle it, if you were able to at all. All right. Thanks again, everyone. All the best. Take care.